his favourite instrument is a disrespectful bugle, is Danny Beardsley. There he is.
All right, dude.
How you doing, dude? You all right?
Well, we probably need to explain what a disrespectful bugle is.
I think it explains itself, really. It's an instrument usually used at like military ceremonies or war funerals, maybe, Danny? Would you say?
Yes.
So it's a respectful instrument, is what I'm saying. Whereas our version, the disrespectful bugle, is for disrespectful moments.
It wasn't intended that way.
It definitely was.
No, it wasn't. No, we created it. Yeah, because we created a new sample, didn't we, for the summarise. Summarise.
We did indeed.
Your dream band choices. Oh yeah. And we needed something to just fade out rather than a bass slide.
Yes.
So we thought, a bugle sounds funny.
Yeah, it's a sound that we naturally make, though, quite a lot of times.
It might have been your voice, actually. We made it sound like a bugle.
I think it was my voice, yeah. It was my voice.
Yeah. So it was you being disrespectful.
We've been making that noise for quite a few years.
We have been for a long, long time. We've been talking so long about a bugle. Right, how have you been?
People need to know. I'm fine, dude. How are you? You're right.
Yeah, good.
We're literally back, hot off the press, from one of your gigs. It's a rare occasion.
Yes.
Even rarer occasion than usual, because it was actually a Parallax Method gig.
Which you were thrilled about.
I was one of my favourite bands.
Oh, bless you.
Especially that first EP. Really good. Incredible bass playing on that first EP.
Ben's going to be listening to that, you bastard.
I'm joking. No, the album is incredible.
There's a lot of hard work. We played a lot of songs off that album.
He did.
This week. For the first time.
Oh, ever?
For the first time, yeah. Well,
it was my first time seeing... second time seeing you, actually, but the first time in many, many years.
I think the first time was at Bloodstock.
It was at Bloodstock. I've seen you play twice, and I've played once.
But you probably listen to the album more than anyone.
I probably have,
in the world.
More than
so
you.
Thank you for your streams.
It's very good. I love Lava Palava.
That's my favourite track. It's the hardest to play.
It's a great song to end on as well. Yeah. But amazing, dude. And the other bands, what did you think to them?
Oh, yeah, killer. There was Summer Bater opened up, and then after him there was Kaluja.
I think it's Kaluga.
Technically very skilled. I mean,
bass and drums.
Yeah, George on the drums. How powerful is he on the drums?
It's incredible. It was really good. I was mesmerised. I'd like to see a bit more from them.
Yeah, I mean, apologies, I didn't catch the bass player's name, but he's lovely guy.
David, I think.
Very talented bass player, isn't he? I mean, it's very like it's very rhythmic bass, isn't it? Rhythmic patterns and kind of syncopation.
Yeah, very, very syncopated. Yeah,
I was getting like Mudvayne.
Yeah,
like vibes.
Yeah, that kind of vibe. Yeah. It's very good.
Very like stop-starty and...
Really, you told me I'd enjoy it, and I did. So thank you.
I knew it would be up your street.
You did. And then the headliners...
Papangu.
Well done on getting the name right.
Yeah. Brilliant set of guys, first and foremost. Super friendly. I don't know if you had a chance to actually talk to those guys, but...
No, I assumed there'd be a language barrier.
No, they can speak...
Incorrectly.
They can speak English just as well as what we can.
Can I give you an overview of what I think they sound like?
Go on.
I think it's part 70s porn music, part like Japanese game show like theme.
Okay, yeah.
Part jazz, part metal.
I think it's a brilliant blend. And then it's got that it's got that traditional Brazilian kind of folk element as well.
I just love they kind of started a lot quite soft and keys and stuff, and they went to an absolute frenzy, and every player is incredible at their craft. So
yeah.
They pulled it off.
Yeah, because the drummer was like laying into the kit like a bastard.
Yeah, the bass player was laying into his bass like a bastard. Any more bastards?
Yeah. They were just amazing. They really were amazing and fun with it as well.
Fun, funky, Brazilian bastards. Papangu.
Brilliant. Go and check them out. Show them some support because
great merch as well. I should have bought a t-shirt. To be fair, I enjoy the designs.
Yeah.
They got a banging logo that stands out.
Yeah,
like the name of the band, and then they got the kind of I don't know the art style. I'm not an art man, but
you're a fan of art. Though.
I was intrigued by it. I enjoyed it.
And what else was I going to say?
I don't know.
I've lost.
Maybe have a little think first.
Well, they used like extra... Oh, they're recording the third album in Germany.
They've recorded it?
Recording it, yeah. So they're finishing up their European tour.
And then recording the album.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, their latest album, I listened to it, really enjoyed it. I got some like Mars Volta vibes from it, but it didn't do them justice for me. It didn't really capture the energy. They were even better live. So, I mean, they had a slight octangent.
Yes.
And I've seen some clips from that, and with on that big stage with the big sound and everything, it must have been epic to see them on that big stage. So yeah, I think they're destined for big things. To be honest,
I agree. I think they sound better live.
Yeah.
But I can say the same about you as well. Your album sounds great, but I think it was even better live. I think you're a live band.
Oh, that's good. So I would have never believed you, and I would have never.
No,
thought
I know
that.
you wouldn't. But for me, I can only be honest. I believe it.
Thank you.
Anytime. What have you been listening to, dude?
Dude, I've been listening to absolutely just shitloads of music this week.
Shitloads of music.
Shitloads of music.
Do you want to elaborate, maybe?
I am just going to say that I've been listening to a lot of Creed.
Same. I mean,
A lot of Creed.
The same here, Danny. We've both been listening to a lot of Creed.
So I've just done a Creed cover, which will be going out in no...
Yeah, but not just a cover. You've done everything. It is. I suppose it is just a cover still.
It is just a cover.
But no other members. You've done the drums, the bass, the guitars, the vocals.
Yeah,
and I believe you filmed it.
I did. Yeah, I filmed it. It's because I got an electronic drum kit because I fancied learning.
Yeah.
And then my little girl, she's learning as well, so she's having fun.
Yeah, but you say you got the electric drum kit, Daddy, and within like a few days, you'd learn enough drums to play Higher by Creed.
Yeah, but
Hang on. Whether that says a lot about you or it says a lot about the drummer from Creed, I don't know. But Creed. Either way, it's making a statement, isn't it? It's either that Creed's drummer's not that good, or you are just batshit crazy and can just pick an instrument up just like that.
No, but there's a disclaimer. So I didn't record the whole song in one go. I had to like.
But what drummers do? What drummers do?
No, I think most drummers do.
I don't think they do.
I had to record the intro, make sure that I looped it enough until I got a good take, because I didn't want to move stuff around. I mean, there was the odd hit where I had to like move it where it was just ridiculously out, but I wanted a good take.
All I'm saying is most people would not be able to do that. You're an anomaly. A genetic anomaly. Can we say that? Yeah. We could say that.
Anyway,
I'm not saying you got an extra chromosome or anything. You might have one less. So I don't know.
So that was lots of Creed, but I do actually want to mention something which I stumbled across today, which I've not listened to the Coheed and Cambria latest album because you've put me off listening to it. But they've put a new
I've put you off.
Yeah, you put me off it.
No, they've put you off.
I've not listened to it though.
Yeah, they put the new version of the song.
Yeah, Goodbye Sunshine, Endless Summer. And I've listened to that, and it's really good.
I've not listened to it.
Yeah,
yet.
it's like a reggae kind of thing.
There's lots of dreadlocks in the video, but I've not watched any further.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, there's too much music that I've been listening to. There's loads of Tremonti and all sorts of stuff I've been listening to.
Is the production okay in it?
It's better than what you showed me on the album.
I wonder if it's been recorded separately, like somewhere else.
Yeah,
maybe they've listened to our feedback.
Yeah.
Maybe they're redoing the whole album. Yeah, in different styles.
Dude, what have you been listening to?
I've already said Creed. Guess who I've been listening to? I'm a creature of habit.
Death Heaven,
yes.
Mogwai,
yes.
Probably. You're not back on Horse the Band, are you?
No,
Between the Buried and Me.
They are writing a new album apparently. No, Audio Slave as well.
Oh yes, because we were just talking about that.
Just talking about it. Oh yeah, Audio Slave.
Which album?
But I was on a mix between the two. Have they got two or they got three? I can't remember.
Potentially they did three, but
I think they did three, but a mix of all of them basically.
What's the second one called? Is it Out of Exile? Or is that a track off that album?
No, I think that is. I don't know.
Anyway, the first album for me is that's like.
But I was only really listening for Chris Cornell. I just want some Chris Cornell.
God,
that's all I wanted.
Yeah,
his smooth, buttery voice slipping into my oral orifices,
into your ear canal.
That's the one. It's beautiful. He can go in any time he likes.
Coffee chat.
I guess dreaming of the land with a coffee in the hand. Caffeine Wonderland.
Coffee chat. Well, I've not got a coffee today because I am sufficiently hydrated.
Yeah, but I'm going to sample. Do
you want me to read the designated description?
In Jim Partial, but just be careful because you might clip.
Okay. So, what we have here today is an Americano barista style by Tesco, their finest range. It is a decaf, and it should have notes of rich and silky caramel. It is a strength of 3. How is it?
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
That's the end of the coffee chat.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Well, it's getting late, and I can't drink coffee this late at night because I won't be able to sleep.
It's not what you're saying is it's not as good as a freshly ground bean.
No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. Anybody that says instant coffee is as good as the bean. No.
It's all about the bean.
It's all about the bean. Grind that bean.
Grind that bean.
Fresh.
Waft some water on it. Get it down you.
Get it down you.
What about entertainment world, Danny? Have you watched anything?
Oh, I've been watching quite a few things.
Top one. We haven't got time for any more than one.
I've managed to watch A Quiet Place.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
with Jim from The Office.
Brilliant film. I really, really enjoyed it. I watched that one night when I couldn't sleep.
Quite an old film now, Danny, so...
Yeah, but I thought I'd seen it. I thought I'd seen it.
Up.
So there's 2 more to watch, but...
I've just started Alien Earth.
Oh, yeah, you started telling me about
Very
that.
intriguing so far. I'm not saying it's good or bad just yet. It needs a couple more episodes, but
okay.
I'm intrigued by the premise.
Nice. What channel is it on?
I think it's on Disney, officially.
Oh, shit. That's the one that I haven't got.
I think it's on Disney.
Oh, man.
I can hook you up if you want.
No. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Dude, I saw they put a trailer out for season 2, Fallout.
Oh, yes. That's out in November, December, I think.
Oh, no, is that on Prime?
It's on Prime.
I haven't got Prime anymore.
I can hook you up. I've got Prime.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
No, you can be added onto my account or something. You can add it on, I'm sure. You can borrow it. You can borrow it for a bit. I'll log out. I'll log it out and you can log in.
I loved that series.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I watched a couple of other good films on Sky because we've got Sky now for some reason. They've sorted out a deal.
There you go.
Wheeling and dealing. The Luckiest Man in America. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was another one. This is a brilliant film.
Oh,
if you've not seen this.
Go on.
Greedy People.
It rings a bell. I don't know which bell.
Wait,
1 second. It sounds like a film I've seen. What's it about? Tell me the premise.
So it's set in Providence, USA, and it's this small town where this police officer with his pregnant wife moved to this town and he starts a new job. But shit hits the fan. Everything goes wrong. He makes some bad choices.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, you'll love it.
It looks good.
You will love it.
Looks good, yeah. It looks my kind of thing.
He's got, what's his name? The main actor. I bet you've seen him.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, he's brilliant in it.
I've just started watching, before I came here today actually, I just started watching I think it's 80s or 70s, classic Caligula.
I don't know that one.
About the Roman emperor. There's lots of gore, nudity. It's depravity so far.
Wow.
It's 3 hours long, an hour in.
Are you regretting your choices?
I can't look away. It's got Malcolm McDowell's in it.
Who's that?
Malcolm, the main guy from Clockwork Orange.
I don't think I've seen Clockwork. No, I haven't seen it.
He's an old guy. He's obviously old now. So
yeah.
In fact, it's probably longer than that, maybe. But yeah, it's depravity so far. That's,
okay. You'll have to let us know. I won't watch it, I'm sure.
No, I don't think you will. I've never seen so much cock. Yeah. It's crazy. Anyway, should we crack on with the episode, dude? On that note,
this episode is wicked. Some really interesting choices.
It is, isn't it?
Lots of progressive metal.
Yeah, prog metal.
So for all those kind of music lovers,
and a lovely guy as well. So
yes,
enjoy the episode.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
Boom!
We're up and running. We're wearing the same colour.
Yeah, sorry, it's unplanned. Hi, Phil.
Hey,
Hello,
Phil.
how are we doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, all right. Gone surprisingly hot all of a sudden. It's been freezing all day, and then the sun's turned up.
It's always the case, isn't it? We've got a fan on here just because it's unbearable otherwise in the studio.
Yeah, there's going to be some background noise, isn't there? But, dude, it's been a long time since we spoke.
Yeah, I decided to not put a figure on it. I know that I reviewed your last album, or at least I think it was your last album, in 22, which means that we first spoke many moons before that. So
yes,
I don't want to feel old, so I decided to not put a number on it. But it's been a while.
Yes, it does, dude. It's nice to see you. And this is Dan, because you've not met Dan before.
Nice to meet you, dude. I was in the parallax method, but left.
Oh,
It's Cuthbert because he's just rocked up.
Oh,
hello,
we
Cuthbert.
love an animal. We'll ask Cuthbert some questions later.
Yes, I'm intrigued.
Oh, he's
what
got lots to say.
the feline dream band.
The feline dream band lineup.
It's a spin-off. That's for the patrons.
Yeah, at some point.
Right, dude, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Pleasure to have you on. Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome, dude. Do you want to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my name's Phil Weller. I was the guitarist in Prognosis. I suppose we'll probably cover the ins and outs with that later on. But I'm also a freelance journalist, so I'm writing for Prog, which is how we met. And then Guitar World, guitar player. I work with John Brown's Modern Metal Academy. Essentially, I'll just write for lots of cool music places. And I've sort of almost accidentally ended up in the guitar sphere specifically in the past couple of years, which has been great because I've been doing sort of prog and that side of things for over 10 years. And then, yeah, just almost... Well, I actually got into writing for Guitar World because Maybe, who is the editor's band, I was writing about for prog. And I did not know it was the Guitar World editor's band. But luckily, I wrote nice things in a nice way. And he's like, I think you're a good writer. And then we kind of, the relationship blossomed from there. So it's a good job I didn't think his band was terrible.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, that could have been awkward, couldn't it? Dude, you're an excellent writer. It's great to hear that you've got some awesome opportunities.
Yeah, that's decent. Some great magazines you write for there as well.
Absolutely killer. And you're a great guitar player as well. So I'm intrigued. What happened with Prognosis?
Well, Prognosis is gone, but the sort of project isn't. I suppose it's hard to word it, but I suppose the Prognosis as a band has been going since 2014, 15, 16, somewhere around that ballpark. Again, it's probably one of those dates I try to forget because it makes me feel old. I think 15, 16. But the last lineup that was the Essigin EP, which we all thought was incredible. I thought that was the closest to the sound of Prognosis that we ever got. But I was the only original member at that point. And I think a lot of our greatest opportunities kind of came in more like 2019. And before that, like we won Metal to the Masses to play Bloodstock in 16, 17.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
And then in 2019, we played Prognosis Festival, which was very, very confusing. It's a shame we didn't have a song called Prognosis. Say, hey, Prognosis, we're Prognosis, this is Prognosis, from the album Prognosis. We also played with Opeth Into the Grave Festival that year, and just did a lot of touring. And then COVID happened, lineup changes happened. So to the point that I became the only original member left, and we thought it made sense to continue with the name. You know, there's a good reputation, there's a good history there. And, you know, it's always been kind of my baby, my project. So it made sense to continue it. But then, I don't know, I think the sound, although the sound that we had with Essigin was the closest that I've ever wanted Prognosis to be, it was different from how it was originally established. And I think there was just a sense that we'd almost become a bit old hat for some people. I think people like new shiny things. So the idea has been to sort of kill the band, quote unquote, but carry on behind the scenes, and we are still working behind the scenes with continuing more where Essigin left off, really. So it's still very progressive metal, but it's probably a little bit more streamlined in the way that we structure in songs. You know, the first song that we intended to write solely for this new project was like 3 minutes, that's it.
Oh, wow,
None of this like excess fat. Let's just try and really can we still be ourselves in that more streamlined format? And you know, we're not sort of like gunning for the mainstream as such, but just trying to play with that more streamlined format. And that's something that I've definitely been fascinated with in recent years as well. So yeah, I suppose the core of Prognosis is living on, but Prognosis we've sort of put to bed, and then hopefully by the end of the year, this new guys will be officially launched with a few singles, and we'll try and move forwards from there. So there is a one member change from the last lineup of Prognosis, which wasn't intended, but life happens. No bad blood. We're all sort of best mate. Yeah, we're one member down, but otherwise it's the sound of the last sort of iteration of Prognosis continued. But we just thought new name, slightly different vision, and just a bit of a fresh start. And I think also because I was the only original member, some of the other guys maybe didn't feel the same sense of ownership that I did, because it's my baby, so want to feel everyone to feel super involved, and just kind of like shuffle the deck a bit, hit refresh, and just go again.
Yes,
I like the term low fat prog. I like that.
Yeah, because that's a challenge in itself, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Trying to get all those ideas into 3 or 4 minutes. That's a real challenge.
But we've even found within that process, it's like some songs, it's just a case of, okay, once we have a few sections, that's all it needs to be. It's maybe more a case of being clever, doing less with more sort of thing. You can build a breakdown or a bridge section out of some form of melodic content that's going on in the verse or the chorus or whatever. But then during this process, we're getting to the point where it's actually that song, that one can be 8 minutes. That's all right. Like, we'll just put that one to the side. That's not going to be the launch single, but that one's going to be 8 minutes because it needs to be. So there is still an element of that going. And I think we definitely want that as well. Even a band like Sleep Token, who I think are, taking over the metal world by storm, they still have long songs. Not like people don't want it, and it's just, you're never going to be successful unless you write a 3-minute song. But it's more a self-contained, can we be more streamlined, but then also have the opportunity for, if a song warrants stretching out and adding more sections sort of thing. So it's finding the middle ground, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it does sound awesome, yeah. I like the idea that you just listen to the material and decide what the material needs. You just said about having this song needs to be 8 minutes. I don't want to cut anything out because it takes away from what it's actually trying to say. I think that's important.
Yeah, I think the pacing makes a difference as well. Like, we've got working on one song at the minute, whether anything comes of it or not, I don't know, but I accidentally sent a voice note to the band Google Drive instead of my own personal one because I was just talking to myself and like mouthed a riff into my phone. I was like, put that on my drive, I think I want to work on that tonight. And before I'd even got a chance to go to it, Lewin, the guitarist, sent a minute and a half version of his interpretation of the riff, and it is very sort of almost R&B inspired. It's very weird. And when we heard that, we're like, cool, it's quite fun, it's danceable, it's bouncy. There's no need for this song to be more than 2.5 to 3 minutes because it's quite quick, fast paced. It's one of them songs you kind of drop in live and you can see it being a really good sort of crowd pleaser, but you don't need to drag that sort of section out, whereas in other ones are more slower pace where you go, actually, let's take our time for that drop to happen or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that letting the songs dictate themselves is quite a nice thing, really, because otherwise you end up forcing things. I do it all the time. You end up forcing a song down an avenue it probably shouldn't have gone down, and then you go too far down that avenue and realise you've made a mistake long ago.
I can't turn back. I've got to keep going.
It's 12 minutes long, but I've still got another 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's what we do in Parallax.
I know.
We just... It's like, it's too late to go back now, just keep going.
Right, Danny, should we start the Dream Band process?
Here we go. Let's start the process.
So the first job, Phil, is what are you going to be in this band? What instrument are you playing?
I'm going to play guitar. It was never a question. I do some vocals in Prognosis and will do in the new band, but I just don't fancy it. I think I quite like the idea of sitting back and letting someone else. Maybe every now and then they go, "Oh, do you want to do a bit of backing vocals?" I will do.
Okay.
But guitar's my main love. That's the thing I think I'm best at out of all the musical abilities, and that's just my passion, my job. I imagine it would probably be split between rhythm and lead. Okay. I've always preferred bands where both players have solos. If you're going to have music where there's solos, there's just something about like you're watching a band live for the first time and someone starts soloing and you're like, oh, that's amazing. Your eyes are drawn to that player. And then maybe later on in the song, the other guitarist starts soloing. I don't know, there's a greater dynamism to that as opposed to he's the rhythm guy, he's the lead guy. So probably split between them. But I suppose if you force me to pick one or the other, it would be lead, based solely off who I'm picking, I think, as the other guitar player.
Yeah, Phil, what started your guitar journey? What got you into playing?
Well, the thing that made me want to literally pick up a guitar and learn was the Plug-in Baby video by Muse. So
good choice.
Back in the sort of Kerrang Scuzz era of music channels being a big thing, I would just sit and watch those channels all day, just like that was how I spent my time. And, I'm the youngest of three brothers, so I definitely was aware of certain bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit through my older brothers. System of a Down was a band that we all loved. But then I'd never heard of Muse, and seeing this band play this crazy guitar riff upside down with screaming fuzz, and I was like, I just want to do that. I haven't actually ever played guitar upside down, so I still haven't done that. But yeah,
still
just
time.
watching. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's how with this new band launches, we are always upside down.
Well, that's definitely original, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
awesome.
that was the thing that got me into wanting to play guitar. I can't remember the timeline of like going from wanting to actually how many iterations of birthday and Christmas lists it was until my mum finally bought me the Fender Squier starter pack.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing is that when I did finally get a guitar, I never committed to lessons. I don't know why. I kind of plugged it in, made this sort of heavy overdrive sounds for a bit, like, cool, I'm doing the thing. And then quickly realized I didn't have any talent and put the guitar down. It was only when my older brother decided to pick it up, teach himself how to learn tab, and was starting to play my guitar and actually make noises that sounded quite, all right, rather than just hitting all the strings and almost blagging a chord shape out of it. It was only when he got good I was like, no, can't have this. Brotherly rivalry. Yeah. Exactly. So he probably didn't even realize what was happening. I was like, you need to teach me how to learn tab, and then that was it. I just went through my iTunes and heard a song and went, oh, that sounds like probably quite easy. Found the tab. I remember when I got the first load of tabs up, you'd get power chords over 3 strings or whatever, no, just play the lowest one, I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm doing it with one finger for a while. So yeah, sort of just self-taught via Ultimate Guitar and eventually I suppose YouTube and stuff, but more so than self-taught, just taught by the fact that I didn't want my brother to be better at guitar than me.
That's fair enough, I think. That's a great
that's a good
great
driving
entry,
force,
isn't it? Yeah, it's a good way of forcing you into it, really.
Dude, have you got a dream guitar that you would use in this band?
Great question.
I would probably use the Strandberg that is currently sat behind me because that's my main guitar.
Yep.
I think my dream guitar doesn't actually exist. So,
what is it? What shape or what style would it look like?
I like the 8 strings because fun, Guitar goes chug chug chug, but also with the Prognosis, the whole reason we had the 8 strings is because we like the low tuning sound, but then we also have a lot of lead and high end guitar sort of stuff. So you don't want you want to lose one in favor of the other sort of thing. So I'm a Telly fan, really. Telly's my favorite shape, and I do also quite like the headless element. So I've not really come across at least a convincing headless Telly yet.
I don't think I've seen one, Danny.
It might be horrendous. There might be a reason that no one's done it yet, but that's my favorite shape. I like the headless element because one, it freaks traditionalists out, and they always come up with the same dad joke of, "Oh, did it snap off on the way here?" But it just makes sense. The weight is really, really nice, especially with 8 strings when you've got a lot more kind of weight. I had a Cort 8 string that I borrowed off a friend a while back, and it was a nice guitar, but it was so headstock heavy that when you were just sort of stood there, the guitar headstock would go plummeting down to the point it actually cannoned off the desk at one point. I had to give the guitar back again. Sorry, it's a bit missing from the headstock because
I tried to make it headless for you.
Yeah, that's it. I think it saw the Strandberger, was like, oh, I want a taste of that. But I think the headless nature is very practical as well. For a long period, the Prognosis practice room was in Leeds. I'm coming from Manchester, across on the train, and it just slips on your back. There's trees overhead that you just go past fine, and the guitar doesn't. We've all been there. I hope we have anyway. Otherwise, it's just me. But yeah, I think the weight of the headless guitars is really nice. Just that more compact nature, and also when you're playing on small stages, you don't smack another band member in the face, which is advisable.
Sometimes you might want to, though.
I knew you'd say
depending
that.
on their performance.
Yeah, but hands are always better than headstocks because you got to think about tuning stability.
You're right, of course. You are right.
You can't, what's the phrase? Bite your hand off to spite your face.
That's very, very true. Very true. Unless the gig's already a write-off.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
then,
at
does
this
it?
point, tuning's the bottom of my list of priorities.
Yeah.
I saw a video this week of someone playing like I think it was a Firebird, a Gibson Firebird, and he jumped off a drum kit and landed funny and like caught the headstock, just snapped it clean off.
Oh no.
It's like flying around on the floor. I was like, oh dear. Should have gone headless.
Should have gone headless. There you go.
Wouldn't have had that problem.
Well, maybe that's an opportunity now to install a headless bridge and commit.
That's it. Modify. Make the modifications.
He's halfway there.
But unless either someone's crazy enough to make a headless 8-string Telecaster, because I have done a bit of a Google and not found anything that looks remotely charming, shall we say. The Strandberg is a fantastic guitar. Like,
yeah.
I was definitely in the camp that I think when I first saw them I was like, that's an odd shape. It looks a bit like Picasso drew a puddle. And the necks are very angular, but as soon as you play those Strandberg necks, they make sense, and they're just great guitars. So
there you go.
Stick with the Strandberg.
Perfect.
We've got some rules, mate.
Time for the rules, baby.
There are some rules. We're very sorry. There's 2 main rules, Danny.
Rule number 1: no current or past band members in this dream band.
And you can't choose more than one member from the same band.
Why would you?
So you can't choose
All of Motley Crue.
all of Motley Crue. Who would?
Yeah,
Not
I
happened
wouldn't
yet.
pick. Probably. No.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't-
the 2025 era Vince Neil fronting a prog metal band. Could you think of anything better?
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if you. I don't know if you heard it, but Motley Crue did put out a new version of Home Sweet Home the other day, which stars on their latest Greatest Hits album. Because it's got more Greatest Hits albums and studio albums at this point, I think. And Dolly Parton features on it, which
Oh,
is
wow.
Now I'm interested.
yeah. I'd save yourself to listen. I was the same. I was like, oh, well, maybe Dolly Parton could save what is going to be if it's a newly recorded version. Maybe she could pull Vince Neil's out the mire, but nah.
You know what? That's a great headline, isn't it? Can Dolly Parton save Motley Crue? What a great headline. I've wrote one for you. There you go. There's a piece. There's a piece for your next...
Unfortunately, not even the wonderful Dolly Parton. I've not met anyone who goes, oh, I don't like Dolly Parton. But
Everyone
even
loves
she
her.
could.
Everyone.
Everyone. Ultimate.
The song's a train wreck, though. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, we'll listen to that straight after, Danny. Put that on my list. Write it down. Write it down.
It's 100%
Let's not
going
forget.
on. Right. First dream member.
We're looking at next your dream drummer. Who are you picking?
Who are you picking?
Drummer. Cool. Right. Well, I've gone for, I'm probably going to butcher his pronunciation, but Bard Kolstad from Leprous.
Ooh.
In fact, he was the first member of the band that I picked. I think it was kind of the easiest spot. There was one other drummer who was like, maybe. But I think one kind of theme that I ended up going for was that I don't want players who are so good it's intimidate the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And
You've got to work with him, haven't you? You got to be in that band as well.
Exactly. Unless I just decided I'll be the rhythm guitar guy and just sort of play bar chords while everyone else does really complicated stuff. But it's not what I want to do. So Bardi's that great combination, I think, of really technical, definitely a metal drummer when he wants to be, but he has a lot more flavour to his chops.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yes. I love Leprous
He's
so
a good
much.
he's a good drummer to watch as well.
Yeah, he's very good.
He definitely draws your eye, and that From the Sky groove, just that alone is incredible. How do you make 11 feel just so wonderfully groovy, but also quite evil?
Such a good... We saw them at
Yeah.
Tech Fest years ago, didn't we?
That'd have been the first time, wouldn't it?
That's the first time I saw. I didn't really know them until then, and watched that show, and it was just incredible.
It was an experience. I think I'd probably sum it up like that, really.
Absolutely.
Just like emotional to try and kind of take the whole atmosphere in, the whole vibe. I mean,
I do feel that, like, I've seen Leprous quite a lot now over the years, and in terms of modern prog metal bands, I cannot think of a better live band. Like, they can play pretty much any song from their discography at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
I've seen them play 3 albums, I think, in full. And they did one set where they just did like 2 songs from every album in chronological order.
Amazing.
So it was just like this wonderful 2-hour journey of their entire like discography and how their sound has changed.
Danny, I've got a question
so-
for you.
Go on.
Sorry, Phil. I've got a question for Danny here. Would you be able to, at the drop of a hat, play any song from your Parallax Method discography?
No.
That's exactly why I asked that question. I knew the answer would be no.
How close would it have to be to the original?
Perfect.
Perfect. No.
Well,
Jazz version.
Yeah, you brand it as jazz, free jazz version, and then you
Free
just
jazz,
cut
very
yourself
free.
the freest of jazz.
Oh, that's amazing.
Let's not beat about the bush. It'd be fucking awful. That's what it'd be. Without prep.
What percentage do you think you'll get close to the song, the actual song? 80?
I think a solid 35%.
35%. There we are. That's mostly free jazz.
Anyway,
35 is a good number. I think if you made me do any prognosis song at the drop of a hat and I got 35%, that's all right.
That's a
What
failing
percentage-
Guitar Hero.
I was going to say, what's the cut-off with Guitar Hero? What's like passable? What's booable?
I don't
and
know.
kicked off the stage?
yeah, I mean, maybe you can just base it on a ratio of you're playing an 8-minute song, you get 35% of it right, it equates to a traditional pop song.
3.5 minutes.
Or is it a case of getting to 35% through the song before someone, like, you get physically thrown off the stage because of how
God awful it
Because
is.
at 8 minutes, 35% is, it's only a couple of minutes. How bad of a train wreck can it be over like 2 minutes?
I think the eggs will start flying after about 2 minutes.
Pretty
No
bad,
offence.
Phil. Pretty bad, Phil. Pretty bad. Have you got a favourite piece of work from Leprous?
I mean, it's like picking your favourite child, isn't it? I think that's one of the things I love about Leprous is because every single song bangs. But I think if you're talking just drums, probably is From the Sky because it's just such an incredible groove. And like for a good while, they always ended their sets with it, big red lights, and it just felt like the apocalypse was happening, but we grooving, and that's a cool vibe, you know.
A groovy apocalypse.
But even then, like I remember when the latest album came out last year, and I thought the past few records before that, Bard really like is in your face a lot in a tasteful way.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's a good drummer. Whereas it felt like on the newer album, he's a little bit more reserved. And then I watched a playthrough of, I think it was Atonement. And I was like, no, he's not being reserved at all. I've just been a guitarist and just not listened to the drums properly because there's two cool guitar players going on. And I could have easily picked both of those guitar players or, you know, one of them for this band. But yeah, he's incredible. And I like that mix of styles that if any player has, I mean, like, don't want to feel like I'm mentioning Sleep Token every 5 minutes, but the fact that Two has this gospel kind of side to his playing, when you bring stuff from outside of metal into the metal realm, I just think it's so interesting. So I think Bard for that kind of almost like R&B hip hop world with the prog metal chops is definitely just phenomenal for me.
Yeah. I think it's what the genre needs, to be honest.
Well, it keeps things interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It gets
a bit
stale at times.
repetitive. You know, I listen to a lot of metal. Well, I don't listen to much metal now, but the metal I do listen to, it's like, oh, I've kind of heard this before.
I think drum wise, especially, you know, how many metal riffs you write a typical metal riff, and the obvious thing to do is just like 4 cymbal counts, snare on the 3. It does the trick, gets your head bopping or whatever, but just a bit vanilla. So when someone does come in and inject that extra sort of dynamic into it, it's needed.
I concur.
I conquer.
We are on to the next member.
Your dream bass player, which is my favourite bit.
Who are you picking?
The bass player was actually, I think I might have struggled with the bass player more than others. But I've ultimately gone for Adam Neely, who people might know from Sungazer, or he's also got a very popular YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of him, to be honest. Which is a shame.
I'll try and be. I'd like to think that some of my picks aren't as obscure. But Adam Neely is. I mean, I've loved him for years because of his YouTube channel and like the sort of musical educational content that he brings in. But it's not just like how to do something. It's always just creating talking points out of it. And then Sungazer are this incredible blend of like jazz fusion, prog metal, pop, any other musical flavor they want to mess with. And there's usually a musical concept behind each song. So they have a song called Drunk, which the drum groove is meant to feel like the drummer's drunk. So it's kind of 4/4, but it's just sort of flitting around the pulse at all times.
Out of time.
Yeah, essentially. but in time, but out of time. Adam Neely loves a lot of like sort of 9/8 time signatures and Eastern scales and that sort of thing, which is always really interesting.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like, because I think, bass player is the rhythm groove guy, and he's bringing in stuff that's like, oh, here's a groove that you always do in the sort of Balkan countries. You're like, oh, well, that's suddenly an interesting, different dynamic again. So, but it's the way that he blends, like, they can have sections which are, I suppose, conceptually jazz or fusion, but they're so heavy, they should be metal, but they're almost not, sort of thing. So it's that blending of styles, and I just think he'd bring a lot of ideas and grooves to the song that you need. And he can also shred. Like, he would be able to shred with any other member in the band, which is, I think for a while people like bass solos are cliche, but he makes them quite cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of bass players that do cool bass, like lead bass.
Yeah,
these
you've
days,
got to have a
I've
little
seen.
run in there. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. What kind of tone has he got? Has he got a chunky, crispy tone? Or
It's quite modern, crisp, I think. Like, you hear the sort of the bite of the strings.
Oh, yeah.
That dark glass
I don't know
thing
what he
going on.
uses, but yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what he uses, but you get that kind of dark glass, bitey. Sounds like he probably does actually restring every now and then, unlike some other bass players.
You can always tell
definitely
you got
modern.
fresh strings on. Fresh strings make a hell of a difference.
Yeah, a huge difference, don't they? Have you seen those guys live at all?
Yeah, 3 times actually. Very, very good. And you know what? They're great because they're fun. Like, they play incredibly complicated music. It is very nerdy. But they played Radar Fest last year, and a lot of people were like, oh, I don't even know who these are. And all festivals run around going, you have to go see Sungazer. They're going to be the band of the festival. They're going to be a big surprise. And they had the entire room doing this weird, like, dance in 7/8, and it worked. Like, everyone was doing it. It was like 2 steps to the left, 1 to the right or something. And they just made that, like, super nerdy music fun and entertaining. Because normally when you see a band like that, your Dream Theaters of the world, or just any technical band, Animals as Leaders, who I love and are brilliant live, they are kind of generally just stood there playing their music because it's so technical. I understand.
Yeah. You can't
I
move.
can't play Tosin Abasi's riffs full stop. So asking me to, like, jump around,
Move
like Angus Young while doing that, it's not going to happen. But yeah, they get that entertainment value where they're almost like taking the mick out of themselves in a tongue-in-cheek sort of way. It's like, and I think that's also quite endearing when the talent is so high. I think when you have a player who is incredibly good and they stand there going, I know I'm good, it's slightly less appealing. So they're an incredibly fun band. And the past couple of times they've done a Mahavishnu Orchestra song at the end, just to, in case you were going, they're okay. just tip your thoughts of their musicianship over the edge.
Oh, wow.
Mega.
I'm stuck with the image of Angus Young playing an Animals as Leaders riff. I'm stuck with that in my head now.
At
That's
least
awesome. It's awesome.
It must be somewhere on the internet. Surely someone's done it.
Probably. AI.
An arguably more cursed image would be Tosin Abasi doing Angus Young's schoolboy outfit and all.
Oh, God. That's been replaced now with that in my head. Oh, my God.
It's a powerful
You're
thought.
welcome.
It is. Oh, God.
Have you got any honourable mentions on the bass?
Yeah, well, I'd say I did struggle with bassists a lot. I mean, the likes of Lemmy I thought of just because of how cool he is, and I've loved Motorhead growing up. But, I mean, he's being dead slightly inconvenient, but he's not really a bass player as such. So I think, like, the only other... He's a guitar player.
Yeah.
Who just plays thicker
bass.
strings and guitar players.
Yeah.
So Geddy Lee is the honourable mention because, I mean, he's a powerhouse, right? He's incredible bass lines. As soon as a song comes in, it's Geddy Lee playing on it. And,
Exactly.
And I think for a bass player, that's harder, unless you're maybe someone like Les Claypool, who is
got
obviously
full-
so up front in the mix.
Full identity. It's Geddy straight away. You can tell with the way that bass hits you. I mean, we've got Geddy Lee
And
right
obviously-
here. If you had round shade glasses on, here we are.
I get so many comments on YouTube, Phil. Oh, I didn't realise Geddy Lee could play guitar.
Yeah, well, especially growing up, the amount of times that people would walk down the street and just shout and bop at me. I think you've got it better off than I have.
Okay.
That's a Hanson burn.
I'm
That's a new one.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Geddy.
But Geddy Lee is like ultimate. Even nowadays, like he's not lost it at all.
It's a bit of a benchmark bass tone for me. When I listen to Rush, it's like, oh,
you hear the
bass.
Fingers. You hear the fingers.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Organic.
Yeah,
great
that's
player.
it. It's just clean, isn't it? He
Yeah.
doesn't put too much effects on that. At least for the most part, it sounds like a bass guitar. It does what a bass guitar does. Has a little bit more flair than maybe your standard bass lines, which is obviously in a band like Rush you're going to have. But yeah, I think you also look at Geddy Lee at what he does on the whole. I know he doesn't write the lyrics, but he plays keys. He's clearly a very good arranger and a great vocalist. He's from a selfish point of view. If I'm talking about dream band, I want someone who can bring a lot to the table rather than just that one sort of instrument that they're great at. So, yeah, Geddy Lee's a powerhouse.
Wicked.
Great
Plus,
choice.
he's not in a band, so I heard he's free.
Oh, awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Got to shout out Leprous' bass player as well while we're here, because I don't know if you've listened to any playthroughs from. I love his YouTube. The stuff he does on YouTube is incredible.
Oh, cool.
What that guy
Yeah,
does
just-
with a pick.
We'll have a look after.
Oh, yeah,
after
so good,
this as
dude.
well, yeah.
Yeah, this is that thing, like, because every Leprous is so good, like, Bard is an incredible drummer, Einar is one of the best singers, and Einar probably would front this band if it wasn't for Bard being behind the kit, claiming the Leprous spot. And then, like, from the guitar point, I think what's really cool about them is you've got Tor, who plays, like, typically more 8-string sort of stuff. Like, he plays an Aristides, like, typical prog metal sound. Then you got Robin, who's playing strats and strat copy type guitars with very much like a John Mayer guitar tone, and it just works so brilliantly. So you've got all these incredible members. It was only one of the last times that I saw Leprous that I actually paid attention to the bass player.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what, I've kind of been neglecting him all this time, and was like, yeah, you're fun. You're absolutely fantastic. It's just that you're surrounded by many other people who've just been grabbing my attention. It's
But
not
they're such a mad
through
band,
his own
aren't they?
fault.
When you think about talent, they are such a mad band. It's
But
amazing.
nobody sounds like them at all.
No.
Yeah, they're
And I love how their albums change as well. They've got very different vibes.
Yeah, I can't remember the two albums that I really like. It was the first big one that broke through. That's when we saw them.
Yeah, I can't remember what the names are.
And then the
Congregation,
one-
probably.
Yeah, Congregation.
Oh yeah, Congregation. Yeah,
And then there's one after that. I can't remember.
is that one that's a bit Bond soundtrack esque?
Yeah.
I think. Anyway,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a couple of songs on there.
Yeah, that's Pitfalls, that one.
Pitfall. Yeah, yeah.
I think it might have been the very first time I saw Leprous. I took a date to see Leprous, and it was the Congregation tour. And I didn't get a second date, and that is shocking because Leprous were insane. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
they
so for
weren't, they
me,
weren't right
that's
for you.
Yeah.
exactly. They were a big Iron Maiden fan, and
Oh.
I'm not going to go on my anti-Iron Maiden rant, but you know,
You know what? That's a great kind of. If you take all your dates to a Leprous gig,
it's a
if they-
good acid test.
it's a
Yeah,
great
it's good.
test, isn't it?
So if you weren't going to be playing guitar in this band, Phil, who would be your choice?
Well, I have picked another guitarist to sit alongside me because I want two guitars in the band because two guitars is always best.
Yep.
So the other guitarist I've picked, so I'd kind of had a huge back and forth because like I had a lot of different musicians over different instruments. That I was like, I like this person, I like this person, and then I realized how disjointed the band was going to be. So I sort of set the rule that vaguely prog metal would be the vibe of the band. So I've picked Cloud Kicker as my other guitarist, who is a guitarist that not everyone's aware of, but he's definitely in that kind of progressive metal, atmospheric metal kind of sphere, big riffs. You know, there's a huge sort of Meshuggah and Genty influence in there. I just think he has a groove like no other guitar player I've ever heard. And almost the fact, because, you know, he's a bedroom guitarist. He sits at home and programs the drums and does everything himself. I think he has now just started a band with like one other person, but, you know, I always see someone like that and I admire his guitar sound. And it's very versatile. You know, there's some very gentle acoustic stuff that's more like just layered and guitar atmospherics, and just all out brutal metal sort of stuff. But I always look at someone like that and think, I'd love to hear what they're like in an actual, traditional band setting where there is other musicians for them to bounce off. And there's a lot of these bedroom players like nowadays who it will be interesting to see if they ever do it. And if they don't, I respect them. That's their thing. But yeah, from a selfish point of view, like what happens if you lifted this amazing guitar talent and put them in a band context where they're just one part of a larger soup? So yeah, I like Cloud Kicker for his grooves and just, some of his riffs sound like feel like I'm in a washing machine, which is a cool vibe, very sort of dizzying in a nice way.
I like that. I haven't listened to Cloud Kicker for years, but you just reminded me that he exists. So thank you for that. Because I was a big fan.
I don't know if I've actually listened to it.
Yeah, I would have.
Do you think you would have introduced me to it?
Yeah, you'd have definitely listened. Okay. Have you selected a new beverage? Maybe.
I've got a bit of cordial here. This is back just spade up from later. It's not topped up. I realised that I needed to brush myself off because Cuthbert is covered in fur. And
a fur-based animal.
Yeah, he needs a brush.
Is it malting season? Is there a season of malt for the?
I think it's just a season of malt.
The season of malt.
The season of good maltings.
Good maltings to you.
Good maltings, everybody.
I was tempted to get a beer for the second half, but I did do an interview the other day. I won't name them, but I interviewed a band from Sweden, and it was very funny because one member was just on tap water, very sensible. The other member, a man after my own heart, was just getting tanked on Belgian beer, which is a great energy. Like, I love it, but he was noticeably a bit squiffy towards the end, and there was a definite contrast in what he thought he's saying being brilliant, and his band member maybe thinking, "Ooh."
Should we guess the band, Danny? Is it Opeth?
I hope it was Opeth.
I wish
Opeth.
it was. Okay.
I think after that, probably
Sweden.
Freak Kitchen. I think they're Swedish.
Who?
Freak Kitchen.
I don't know.
They're a great band.
It was for prog, so they're a bit more of an obscure band.
Okay. We'll stop guessing.
They were both lovely, and I promised that anything they didn't want to be in the interview wouldn't be.
One of them would have forgotten that by now.
I'm one of the good guy journalists, and I'm not here to ruin people's careers. I'm just here to check out these guys. They're cool.
There we go.
There we are. It's a good one. It's a good one.
One of the good ones.
Right, where do we get
to?
Unless
you give me something really juicy, then I'm like,
have I got anything juicy?
Have
I got anything juicy, Danny, we can give him? Journalism wise. I don't think we have we? We're quite boring, we are, sorry.
We are, really.
We're both not drinking at the minute either, so we're very boring. Extremely boring,
We're coming up to a year of no drinks.
I know, that's madness, isn't it?
That is impressive. See, I've gone the other way. I've bought a beer pump for my house because I don't have a problem yet, but this is probably going to facilitate it. So,
well, a beer pump. What's next? A drip. Walking around the house with a drip of beer, squeezing it.
You know what? It's a good idea.
It's the next stage.
It wouldn't. The only problem is it wouldn't be as cold.
I don't think you'd want it to be if it's like literally mainlining into your veins. Maybe.
I didn't think of that side.
It's going to have to be warmish beer, isn't it? You might be best just mainlining spirits,
like you did when you chucked it in your eye.
I don't think you can absorb much through your eyeball though.
Really?
No. Anyway,
I thought that was a whole thing. Eyeball Paul.
Eyeball what?
Eyeball Paul. It's off Kevin and Barry.
Oh yeah.
Meet a guy who drinks vodka solely through his eyeballs.
Well, I've done it a few.
To get some drunk
whiskey
quicker.
through the eye a few times, haven't I?
Yeah. You reacted with this phrase: "My eye is burning."
In a shock to no one.
And then you just, and then you proceeded to cry.
Oh, did I cry? What,
for the rest of the evening?
I don't think that's true.
Well, your eye was weeping.
Oh, my eye was weeping.
So I like to think you were crying.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, I can't remember.
Was it gin that you put in your eye? Because gin makes you cry. So
it does. I went for a few years of gin. Trust me. Let's not talk about those dark years.
I've had many a time on gin, and I like gin. The fun story with gin is that for years we'd always be driving back from like my grandparents or whatever on Christmas, and Mum was like, "Oh, why did my brother get me another bottle of gin? He knows I don't drink gin at home." And this was at the age that me and my brother didn't quite into drinking yet. So when a couple of years passed, we were like, "There's all these bottles of gin in the cupboard that my mum doesn't want to drink," and we, without speaking to each other, we both started drinking them and topping them back up with water.
Brilliant.
To
Perfect.
the point that for some reason we managed to not give each other bottles of water dressed as gin until my mum decided, you know what, I will have a gin at home. And it took several to be like, I'm not feeling anything.
Does she
So
still
I
not
like
know?
gin.
Still
She
not
did,
know?
yeah, well, I mean, she found out at that point when she smelt 3 bottles of gin to find it was all lukewarm tap water.
Brilliant. Perfect.
So it must have been bottled like that. You've been conned.
Exactly. What a shame, eh? What a shame.
Yeah.
Right, shall we restart the Dream Band process, Danny?
Let's do it, Daniel.
Let's do it. We're down to your... Is it your final member? I think it is. Your dream vocalist. Who are you picking?
So, my shortlist for this is probably the longest out of them all, which is...
Okay.
You'd think that I would have had like a long list of guitarists, but no, that was short. There was like maybe 4 guitarists in that, but vocalists, long line. And I've ended up going for Josh Homme, or Homme,
Oh.
because I think it's really interesting. I think, because Queens of the Stone Age are quite a technical band. They're very,
Yeah.
they are mainstream, but they're very experimental. And again, I think that with this new band is that's definitely the kind of balance that we want to try. We want to have our nerdy technical elements, but we also want it to kind of work in a more catch-all setting. And I think Queens of the Stone Age are a fantastic band for that, to the point that I think you don't often realize how technical and how clever their music is until you analyze it, which is always a good sign, I think. If you listen to music and you go, oh, this maybe feels like it's in an odd time signature, unless that's specifically the feel that you want, it's not always a good sign.
Yeah.
Whereas you can be very, like, quite gentle with time signatures and have that nice groove and let things flow. So I think just Josh Homme is an incredible vocalist, and obviously just his general musicianship. He used to say he can't pick up a guitar and help us write some tunes or
but
back us up live sort of thing.
We'll allow
But-
it. We'll allow that.
yeah, but from a vocal side of things and lyrical, I just always thought he's really, really good. He's got that snarl and that attitude. He's got a swagger. I was chatting to a friend the other day, and we were sort of saying how a lot of the biggest bands are all now reaching retirement age, or should have retired many years ago age.
Yes. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, we won't name names, Iron Maiden. But, it's almost at this point, I just feel like as these bands peter out, we're now missing the next generation of rock stars.
Yeah.
And then I watched the Queens doing the Catacombs sort of live album they did the other week. And the whole 30 minutes, I was just wrapped. I was like, no, this is a rock star. He just has this energy and this aura around him. He's an incredible lyricist, and his vocal melodies are beautiful. He's got that snarl and swagger, but then he does go to the more slightly higher, more angelic notes when it needs to be, and you need to be catchy. And he's just, I admire the hell out of him. And even like them Crooked Vultures, when that album came along, you saw what he could do in a slightly more balls out but technical setting, I think, because John Paul Jones definitely threw every sort of technical trick he had in his book at that record, and he handled it so well. So I just think there's almost, I was looking at singers who would make perfect sense for a prog metal band. Even like Jim Gray from Caligula's Horse was high up the list. Chris Cornell, incredible, and Soundgarden are on the cusp of prog anyway.
Yeah.
I would say they're progressive. So that alien world for him. But then I quite like the concept of just let's throw Josh Homme in this setting and let's see how he handles it, because I think he would, and he's got that frontman sort of swagger mentality and just the aura that you want your front person to have.
Awesome.
Strong choice. Have you got a favourite, should we say favourite album by Queens of the Stone Age? Because I think a favourite song would probably be a bit difficult, wouldn't it?
I'd almost say that Songs for the Dead, the song would be the favourite. I probably would pick the album as well. Like, at the minute, I'm on a huge Era Vulgaris sort of binge. I love the album. Didn't like it when it came out that much. And I think that's like sort of typical of how my tastes have changed.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure the first Queen song I ever heard was Go With The Flow. Again, from that sitting in front of Kerrang TV channel era, and that sort of very red and black cartoony video. Loved that. And then your threes and sevens, Make It With You, great songs, really catchy, simple songs. And then the rest of the album I sort of dove into was like, oh, it's a bit weird. I don't quite. As I think for years, I just wanted big riff, big catchy vocal hook. That's me sold. I think bands like Muse definitely served that. The songs are massive, but they're always super catchy. But then the more I've gotten into my prog and my music, I've realised just how good of an album that is. So I'm almost leaning to say Era of Vulgaris is the best album, but you also like, Songs for the Deaf is just one of those that you hit track one and you can't then stop it. And I think also the segue tracks that you have between that, to the point that you're almost like, I'm singing along with the DJ between tracks because I know it so well. And when you hear that, First It Gives is going to come on next. I need to keep listening. I think that's always a good thing. That's a complete album in my book. If it feels like, almost feels wrong to not just listen to it in one fell swoop rather than go, I'll just listen to that song and then go listen to someone else for a bit.
Cool.
Wicked. I like albums with that. The segue pieces. So we've talked about this loads in the past. In fact, we're going to see them, aren't we? Deer Hunter.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
I love every single bit about that band. The way that they join every piece of music together and every track together. I can't skip it.
That's the joy of a concept album, isn't it? Almost.
It's awesome.
Telling the whole story. So you can't really skip anything, can you?
Yeah.
It's like Coheed. Some of Coheed's albums are very, very good as well for that. But awesome,
I think Mastodon was an early example for me. So, to the point that, especially nowadays in the sort of Spotify world that we live in now, where people tend to shuffle stuff a lot more, is that when you're listening to a song and that final 10 seconds comes in, especially I think Blood Mountain is a really good record for it, because that last little 5 seconds, it might just be a little swell of a keyboard or something that just starts to fade in, but you know what's coming next. So you go, I have to go now onto Spotify and cue that song up next. And that's a good sign. It kind of keeps you engaged rather than just being, I think it's nice. So, and not every single album needs to be conceptually connected and through sort of composed almost in that sense, but when a band does it and they do it right, it's just a really incredible thing, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, superb.
Cool, dude. Have you got any more members for this band, or are we there? I think we're there, aren't we? Unless
that's the core members. I mean, I can run you through some of my people who didn't make the cut.
Go for it. Give us a quick run through.
Kaboom.
Let's have a look. So vocalists, I had Jim Gray. We mentioned, incredible. I think I have a slight man crush on him as well. He's just the most charming person, incredible voice. Didn't pick him ultimately because I thought maybe I wanted a slightly more versatile vocals in that he doesn't do gutturals.
Yeah.
And I probably would want that in the band.
Yeah, it's quite a clean voice he's got, isn't it?
Yeah. Although Josh Homme doesn't, I'd like to think he could.
I think he could.
Yeah,
he could. Yeah.
So in that vein, I picked, I think it's Sam Carter. Hopefully got his name right. The Architect singer.
Oh, yeah.
I've always thought he was a decent singer, but on the latest album especially, I just think he's gone up a level. Like that, I think it's called Elegy, the opening track on that album is one of the best opening tracks to an album I've heard in a long time. I think his voice is incredible. And he's got that incredibly pitched sing, scream kind of vibe down for the chorus and stuff, which I think is amazing.
I don't know how they
Chris
do that.
Cornell, obviously, God knows. That's why I'm not singing in the band. I'm leaving it to them. They can worry about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris Cornell is just one of my favourite musicians of all time, and a voice that just makes any grown man cry. Songbook, the acoustic album he did, has always been one of my favourite albums. Especially if you kind of want to have a bit of a cry, that's an album to go to. And then the other choice was Mike Ackerfeld from Opeth, because I thought, it'd be quite cool to almost see him have the guitar taken from him and just be the front man, because he's got a great voice, as he's proved on Last Will and Testament. His heavy vocals are still there.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's just got an incredibly clean voice.
Underrated, really, as a vocalist.
But he would be banned from wearing white flares in the band, because when we played with him, which was still a surreal moment, he was wearing white flares, and then next time I saw him, an hour later, he'd changed, and it turns out he'd spilt coffee all over them, like as soon as he arrived at the venue. So
That's the danger with white flares.
yeah,
It's the risk you
I
take.
like the style, but it is a risk.
It is definitely a risk.
Thankfully, I interviewed Mike for the last album last year. And it was like he was obviously it's in over Zoom. He was in a hotel room and he decided to order room service halfway through the interview. So it was like, I'm kind of having a date with Mike from Opus. This is cute. I like this. I hope he calls me back. But he remembered that after the gig, I just didn't remember the promoter like, it's the last day of the festival. Here's a big crate of beer. Prognosis, do you want it? Because it needs drinking up. So obviously I was quite squiffy by the time the sort of after party arrives. Walks past, oh my God, this is my chance to speak to my hero. And it was like, oh, cool, Prognosis, yeah, good set. And then I spoke to him passionately about Curly Whirlies for about 3 minutes. And then he left.
Why not? It's a strong item of confectionery.
He'd never had a Curly Whirly, which is mind blowing. Exactly.
What?
So I was like, you need to try
Come
a Curly
on.
Whirly. But it was only like sort of, you wake up the next morning going, that's one of those moments that you dream of doing, of speaking to a hero. And not just like, it was nice because I wasn't just speaking to him as a fan. It was like we were peers in that moment because we played the same stage.
Yeah.
I felt a bit more respected wherever if it was just a fan hanging outside the venue sort of thing. And then I woke up the next morning, I was like, what a waste of a moment.
Absolutely not. Curly Whirlies are important.
It is. And when I spoke to him, he remembered me and he said he's still not tried a Curly Whirly. So someone needs to sort that out. Because
you may have just spoke to him about guitar stuff and he might not have remembered that. But the Curly Whirly will always stay in his mind now.
Lasting impression.
But not stayed in his mind enough to have tried one, which...
Maybe they're not available.
Honestly, I'm hurt. Mike, if you're listening to this, I'm still hurt that you've not tried a Curly Whirly. Because
we'll tag him in this
I think he'd
bit
like
of the
them that
conversation.
much. The next album will be a concept album based on his love for Curly Whirlies. Going, why have I not embraced these sooner?
Maybe he will wear, instead of white flares, Curly Whirly based trousers.
They
Just
would
like
have white on them though.
Plaited
That's
together.
very true. The actual Curly Whirlies?
Yeah.
Like melted together into a pair of...
They'd have lots of holes in them then, right?
It would, yes, yeah.
But-
And it would leave like a tattooed mark of chocolate on his legs.
Yeah, you'd have to make sure the venue is at a certain temperature. Got too warm.
On his rider, I
Yeah.
request lower than 4 degrees because my Curly Whirly legs need to remain cool. Oh, awesome. Any other honourable mentions that we've not talked about? Any more guitar guys? That I think we talked about the rest?
Pliny was the first name on my
Pliny?
guitar list.
Yeah.
I think is the best modern guitarist going. I love Tosin Abasi a lot, and I think he's probably the most innovative in terms of like he's brought a lot of new techniques to the fore. But I just think Pliny is just so lyrical
Yeah.
in his playing. I don't have synesthesia or anything, but I see images, I see landscapes when I hear his music. It's just so beautiful, and not enough players use Lydian. I think I'm not a Lydian guy. I'm drawn to the Phrygian dominants and the ones with those kind of more dissonant, intervals. Whereas he just makes really pleasant music, but it's incredibly complicated, incredibly danceable. It's just an incredible guitar player. But then I close my eyes and imagine myself in a room with Pliny, and he goes, "Here's a riff," and I'm like, I can't do that.
No. No.
Strip it back, please.
Can you make an easier version? That's what I'd ask.
Yeah. I mean, if I was going down because I was trying to mess around with different iterations of like style-wise, like I grew up more of a blues guy, and that was my first love. So someone like Rory Gallagher being in a band with him
Oh, yeah.
would have been incredible. Or even Kim from Soundgarden would be incredible. So I did have this, a big list of players. I don't think Rory Gallagher would throw down in a prog metal band. You never know.
Can you imagine
But I
that?
just think Pliny would be too good. Matt Gasker from Animals as Leaders with the other drum choice. Again, I would be having to do so much homework just to count the first 4 bars of the song that we're working on.
You don't want that. No one's got time for that.
Yeah.
No, you want to just have fun.
Exactly. It's all about having fun, isn't it?
Totally.
Shall we?
Matt
shall
is
we- Sorry.
So I was going to say Matt is an incredible drummer just for the fact that, like, you know, in Animals as Leaders, you have two incredible guitar players, but then you can't take your eyes off the drummer. And that's insane when you have Tosin Abasi, next level guitar player, and Javier Reyes is by no means, you know, subpar, but he's just this absolute beast of a drummer who takes your attention. Like, that's quite an achievement, I think.
Definitely.
It's a powerhouse.
Indeed. Shall we summarise your choices?
Summarise.
Summarise your dream band choices. Oh, yeah. So, Phil, if we can just run through your choices, please. So, your dream drummer is...
Yeah, dream drummer is Bard Kolstad from Leprous.
Your dream bass player is...
Adam Neely from Sungazer.
Your dream lead guitarist is...
I'm the lead guitarist. I'm going to steal all the solos, change my mind. Cloud Kicker is the rhythm. I'm kicking him into rhythm mode.
That's fair enough.
And your dream vocalist is...
Josh Homme, Queens of the Stone Age. I want to see what he can do in a prog metal band.
Sounds like an awesome
as
band
well.
to me, dude.
Right, hardest bit.
Hardest bit is name that band.
Name your dream band, baby.
What are you calling it?
Right, so I have got a name. I hate it, but that's a great. It's terrible. The thing is, because this new band that we're trying to currently, you know, we've been working on songs for about 6-7 months now, and we still haven't had a name. So like recently, we were like, okay, we need to actually settle on a name.
Yeah.
So this band has a identity. It's a new thing. It's not just not Prognosis. So I've been so entrenched in band names, like looking up mythology, etymology, like every little avenue you could go down. But then in this meantime, I've almost like accidentally come up with a silly side project with my friend because I saw a BBC News headline that said Zoo mourns sudden death of elephant. And I was like, sudden death of elephant? What a band name. So I realised that a good band name is just a bit stupid.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of doing something that like sounds edgy or sounds cool, like also I think Sleep Token's a great example. Like, what the hell is a sleep token?
Exactly.
Do I need a voucher to have a nap? No, it's good. So I think a stupid band name is a good band name. So because Cloud Kicker gives me this vibe anyway, we're called the Melting Washing Machine.
Melting washing machine. I like it.
Yeah.
Melting.
I like it.
Because some of his
Washing
riffs sound like I'm in a washing machine, but the washing machine is also melting, and I'm in space, and that's cool. I like that. That's a vibe.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's got a strong vibe, hasn't it? You can build off that a little bit with artwork and so on as well. That'd be awesome, dude.
I'd buy that T-shirt.
Would you buy that T-shirt, Danny?
We'll talk about that later.
later. You know your non-prognosis
Yeah.
band. You should just call it Not Prognosis.
Yes.
That's my suggestion there. Just Not Prognosis.
Honest, not
It's
prognosis.
an interesting idea.
We're not Prognosis.
But what I realised from the thing is with Prognosis was a joke name that was like originally a working title of a song that was actually very sort of Opeth, Stephen Wilson inspired. I was just like, oh, Prognosis, that's a funny pun. We'll call the song that until it gets a proper name.
Yeah.
And then the band ended up being called that. It was originally called Close Enough for Jazz, and we thought that's a bit too stupid. So then Prognosis became like this placeholder name. And for ages, we just tell people, oh, we're called Prognosis, we're going to come up with a better name eventually. And everyone's like, oh, I really like that name.
It's a good name.
So it kind of
Catchy.
stuck. And I think what I've realised with band names is that you very quickly go beyond the association with the name. The band becomes its own thing. You know, you don't think of Megadeth and just, I don't know, like a giant Grim Reaper or something. Like, it's Megadeth is its own thing. Because, yeah. So I think it's like letting go and not overthinking things.
Absolutely.
But the one pitfall I do want to avoid is that the first Prognosis album was called Definition. So Google Prognosis Definition. The last thing you're going to get is a prog metal album.
Yeah, that's a
concept
problem,
album.
isn't
It's
it?
the dictionary, which is not cool. Some may say prog metal's not cool, but as long as it passes the Google test, then I think we're all right. So I would like to think there's not another band or anything similar called Melting Washing Machine.
No, you have to be a bit bold with names, don't you? Because you don't want to get caught up with the top. You want to be the top of the list on Google, don't you? You don't want to be
Exactly.
behind the 600,000 dictionaries and thesauruses, really. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's, when you put in the parallax method, it comes up with
The parallax method.
measuring the distance of stars.
Yeah, because that's the actual definition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well. At least Danny Beardsley comes up.
Yeah, so definitely don't call your next album definition, what is anything along
Yeah.
those kind of lines. Cause,
Don't mention star in it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be screwed. Soz.
Stars.
Soz.
Dude, thanks for getting involved.
Yeah, we're at the end of the process.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Where can you be found
been a
on
pleasure.
socials, Phil?
Your best place probably to find me would be Instagram. I believe it's just Phil Weller with an underscore underneath.
Cool.
Hit me up
Straightforward.
from that. Like, it's always nice to have people message going like, check out my band and stuff. You know, I think throughout my entire journalism career, I've always wanted to be that guy that helps. It's amazing when I get to speak to a big band, especially a band I've admired, like Opeth or Gojira and stuff like that. But I like being the guy that champions new bands and helps give new bands a spotlight. So definitely always interested in hearing people's music and sort of, yeah, if you have a new release going on, cool, let me give it a listen, and I want to help put a spotlight on you, which maybe you wouldn't otherwise have.
That's awesome, dude.
That's awesome,
yeah, what a nice thing to do. You're a good guy, aren't you? He's a
good one.
It's a good guy. Official.
Until I get scoop, then I'm going to like News of the World, and you're all
Okay.
doomed.
just don't do anything that could jeopardise your career like that, because Phil will be all over it.
It's the risk you take.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
This is it. I just playing the nice guy until someone lets slip enough.
Yeah.
That's just too good.
And then you're going to throw him right under the
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah.
And then you'll be a mega star. You'll be a mega journalist. You'll be papping away.
Popping away.
Papping away, paparazzi style.
Okay.
There we go. Thanks, Phil. Very nice meeting you.
All right, dude.
All the
Yeah,
best.
and you, man.
Go back to some shredding.
Cheers.
And stroking.
Yeah. Oh,
The cat. The cat. The cat.
We all knew what you meant.
Cheers, dude.
All right, dude.
See you
Bye.
later, guys.
Dude.
Well, hey.
Here he is. Welcome back.
It's just full of slogans.
We hope you enjoyed the episode today.
Oh, we certainly did.
We always do.
Yeah, it's nice to catch up with Phil because I've not spoken to him since we released the Parallax album, actually.
Well, there you go.
See, he did a very kind interview and review of the album.
A very kind interview.
Yes.
Could he have been unkind?
Yeah, I mean,
Could have been.
yeah.
Could have. He doesn't come across as an unkind kind of guy.
No,
though,
luckily, he's a big prog fan.
Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
Open-minded.
It's the best kind of prog. I mean, you can't have a closed-minded prog fan, surely. It's prog. It's the jazz of the rock world, isn't it?
But yeah, we talked about this before, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Just retreading all ground.
He's just
We've done that many episodes now.
Right, should we start the reviewing process, the evaluation process?
Indeed, we shall. Shall we
Evaluate.
start off? Oh, go on then. Do we do another little medley of that?
Evaluate.
I don't like it.
Okay. Well, let's come up with something
I'm
now.
cutting it.
Oh, we're just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Evaluate.
Right,
That didn't work either, did it?
We probably need to do something in
Let's
post.
keep that in. That's the best we can do on the spot.
First, so we never do it
We're
live.
not great on the spot. Who we got first, Danny? Who are you coming up with first? It's the drummer.
It's the drummer from Leprous.
His first name's Bard. His surname's Kolstad.
Brilliant name, brilliant drummer.
Bard Kolstad.
Great choice.
It's a great choice. I mean, I love Leprous.
What tracks did you listen to?
I listen to Leprous quite often, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
But I do tend to like their older albums. So Melina,
Which album's that?
it's the one with there's the cover look.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
It's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Bonneville.
Yeah.
It's got the song Melina on, which is great as well.
Yeah.
From the Flame. Stuck.
Illuminate, is that on that album?
Illuminate, yeah.
Yeah.
It's full of. I mean, the first 5 tracks are entirely bangers.
There's one that's got the...
Yeah.
Later on, what's that one called?
That's Melina, isn't it?
It might be Mirage.
Could be right. It could be Coma as well.
It's
The
brutal.
whole album is incredible. The drumming on the start of Bonneville, though, is beautiful. It's got a really live kit sound. Sounds a bit like Heritage, the head drumming on Heritage, got a similar production to that. I find
that's
on that album.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah,
it's got a real live sound. It's just drums at the start, and you can hear all the intricacies on the kit and the cymbals, and it just sounds beautiful.
That's the sort of stuff that gets you going with drums, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
all that kind of that open sound.
I know, and his drumming becomes a bit more extravagant, maybe a bit more like film score-esque on some of the later albums, like Pitfalls and Aphelion.
Yeah,
they've got that Bond kind of theme style to them, haven't they? With the kind of orchestra and all that kind of stuff. And his drums are really big, but less. I prefer them less because it's less kind of like prog metal, really.
Yeah,
for me. What about you? What have you been listening to?
The two that I've listened to, I went right back to I think it's the second album,
Congregation.
Yes, Congregation. So the track "The Flood," which is just an epic song for me.
Is that the?
Yeah. So
that's the one we started Tech Fest stuff with that year we saw them.
Was that the first song they opened with?
I'm sure
then?
it was.
That's probably why it just sits with me, because it would have been the first thing I heard from them then. But
I'm sure it was.
I've written just a few notes to do with that song.
Go for it.
He reads the song perfectly. Like, all his parts sit perfectly. He could blast over everything, but it's like the spaces that he leaves between everything, and like his snare work's so dynamic. Like, a lot of modern metal kind of stuff that can be lost sometimes, can't it? Because it's
like Santanga.
Here we go. But it's. I mean, I've made the same note about the drums sound organic. For me.
We've got similar notes. Yeah, very organic drummer, and it sounds like a live kit, which is what I want from a drummer. Really,
yeah.
I don't want to hear it all triggered and all the kind of intricacies taken away. I don't want to hear that gone. I want to hear it all in there. I want to hear the little imperfections and the. Do you know what I mean? The little tappy bits and the ghost notes. It's full of ghost notes.
I want to hear his instrument. I mean, this is the same for every drummer. I know it's not always easy to do, and like technology has allowed us to use triggers and trigger samples. But the problem is, it's created this world of drums that sound very similar.
Yeah, and lifeless.
It's like tonally, it's not diverse enough now.
It's digital.
For me.
It's not analog anymore. Yeah. It's digital and.
But I do understand that not everybody can go in a studio. I mean, I can't remember the last time we went in the studio to record. So it's convenient to use these samples, and they do sound great. But the thing is, you're relying on, extremely heavily relying on the drummer and their signature ability, their playing style.
Not everyone can do that, can they? I suppose.
No, but he's got both going on. And I listened to a track from the album you were just talking about, Illuminate. The snare rolls and the stick work, he like builds up bits beautifully. But then, have you also noticed that they'll be doing like a polyrhythm or an odd time signature and everything, but he has this way of like gelling these disconnected parts together and acting as like
the glue.
The glue. He's like the hub of everything, isn't he? And
it won't be the same band without him.
No. Which
is a bold claim in a band like this, I think.
And I think whatever band you put that guy in, he's going to be.
Oh, God, the phone's gone. I saw that in slow motion then. I did nothing to stop it. Sorry.
All I heard was.
That's staying in. But in a band that's got so many. Every member in that band is incredible.
Yeah.
You got Einar, the vocalist, doing his best to be ridiculous in every note. And at times, I think he probably overdoes it a little bit, for my taste, personally. I mean, he's an incredible singer, but he's an over.
He's using his range, isn't he?
he's
using his range.
He's an over the top. He's an over the top man.
He's got a very distinctive tone in his voice.
I love the bass player.
We could talk about that band all night.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. We've done the drummer. Great pick is what we want to say.
Great pick. Well done, Phil. So.
Who's next?
We're going to talk about the bass player, Adam Neely. And I don't know if you were familiar with him, but his YouTube work is impeccable. Like his lessons, how he teaches music theory and shows like bass lessons and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never heard of Sungazer before. His band. It is Sungazer, isn't it? Yes, Sungazer. And I wasn't expecting it.
I was not expecting that because I mean I don't know if it's like is he using synth pedals or something
Yeah,
or
there's synth
is it?
there's synth and all sorts in there. It sounds like a keyboard at times.
Yeah, but the bass tone, like
Yeah.
the core bass tone, is beautiful, isn't it?
Very,
It's
very
really,
good.
really nice. Did you listen to Drunk?
Yes, I listened to
'Cause
Drunk.
That's
and
the
then
track
there was
that Phil talked about with
great track.
the drums kind of sounding off.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's pushing the actual pulse of the song. But like loads of clarity in the bass playing. Really interesting phrasing, in places that you wouldn't expect it. And the odd timing and just the overall, he's got like a natural groove.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to it. It was really refreshing.
Again, after the Leprous choice, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting the kind of the genre, I suppose.
Do you think it'll blend?
I think so far these musicians can blend together quite well. They're both amazing, so I think they can do anything. Be great. Who's next, Danny?
Oh, there was another track by
Okay,
Sungazer called Hot Saturn. Hot Saturn.
Hot Saturn featuring Button Masher.
That's right. Did you listen to that one as well then?
No, I didn't. I've got it on my
that's-
phone right now.
It's really, really groovy. Loads of energy.
I did listen to Against the Fall of the Night though off that album.
Oh, I didn't listen to that. No. Was that a good track?
It's all good. They're on my list now. I immediately favouritised them, so they'll be on my playlist.
Well, that
more
one
often.
will really speak to you, that Hot Saturn, because it's like a really creamy bass tone, but cuts really well when
creamy.
you need it to. And it's got like game soundtrack moments within that track.
Yeah. I think a lot of that album has. It's got
throughout the album.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think it's got a similar vibe to it as you go along. I think.
Yeah,
I
mega
listened to a couple
choice.
of tracks. I can't remember the other track I listened to, but you got that kind of video game esqueness to it with
It's
the
fun.
synths and stuff.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
cool, great, and another great choice. And it's great to pick a bass player that I've not heard of before. So yeah, great work,
From Prognosis, we've got
Phil.
himself, and he's going to be playing guitar. We're going to talk about a particular track called Phantom Force from 2003.
Yep.
2023, sorry. 20 years later.
Just a 20-year difference.
There's a really cool, like, big gent riff, like a thick cutting tone. Because I think he plays a Strandberg headless guitar.
Oh,
So it's
controversial.
8-string. I think they play 8 strings.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, super low. Big chorus, loads of dissonance. Like the lead lines were quite textural and like well placed over the top and
Some
stuff.
real driving riffs in there as well.
Yeah, really, really big. And there was another track called Follow You Down, which for me, I was listening to it, it sounded like a Periphery style chorus, really. What about
a great
you?
chorus. Yeah, I'll just flick through. To be fair, I was in the car and driving at this point, so I didn't really catch the song names. So I had a police car behind me. I was trying to be good, not keep my eyes directly forward, not look in the mirror, not catch their attention at all. But yeah, just real driving. You know what I mean, like really solid riffs.
Yeah.
Enjoyable, very enjoyable.
It's going to blend really interestingly with this rhythm section, isn't it?
It's going to be different, isn't
Yeah,
it?
especially if the kind of lead work that Phil's going to be doing as well is that like dissonant textural kind of stuff. I mean, he can shred as well, but the stuff that I was listening to had that kind of, it had melody but branched into that dissonant kind of, I don't know, it added tension to the melody.
Yeah, awesome.
So next
is Cloud Kicker.
which you're a huge fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, but I'm not the last album I listened to was Fade back in 2012.
Oh my god, that's
That
a
was
long
the
time ago.
That's a long time, and today I decided just to listen to that album again, basically. So I've not expanded my horizons at all. So Seattle is an incredible track. It's got that post rock vibe to it, where it builds up. The kind of the riffs are kind of like monotonous, and it's that slow build. It's 10 minutes long, so.
That's definitely up your street.
Yeah, so I love that album anyway, so just listen to that. So I'm sure there's about another 6 albums that I've not listened to by Cloud Kicker. So my apologies, but I've not embraced that at all. I'll just listen to what I know and what I love.
Yeah, but you do love it, so.
I do love it. What about you, Danny? Have you listened to more recent Cloud Kicker? I assume you have.
Yeah, so the 2 that I picked out, I think one of them was off his new EP. So that's called Things You Can't Change. Massive guitar sound. It's huge.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's detuned to something, but I don't know what tuning. But it is relatively low. Lovely production as well.
His production's always been
Yeah.
good.
Right from back.
I believe so, yeah.
yeah.
So it was great back in 2012, so...
It just really interesting riffs, odd time signatures, and I've noted that there's so much clarity there, even though he's tuned low as well, which sometimes
Is
you
there
can
a
find.
post-rock vibe, or is that gone?
Yeah, it
Is
has
this a-
actually.
has it
Yeah,
got
it has got a post-rock vibe. I mean, then there's another track called "Like a Lonely Person," and it reminded me of Mastodon. So them it's funny we're talking about this because of the news about Brent today.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brent.
Rest in peace. Awful.
Legend.
Those kind of those lead lines that he used to do with like the open strings underneath.
Oh, yeah.
It had like that going. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. Awesome. Really, really good.
I promise, Cloud Kicker, I will listen to your latest stuff. Honestly.
Cloud Kicker, get in touch.
Come on the pod.
Come on the pod.
It's a shout out at Cloud Kicker.
Last member.
Last member is
Josh Harm.
from Queens of the Stone Age, Eagles of Death Metal, and where else has he been in? Loads of stuff.
Yeah, he was in that one, wasn't he? Yeah. Was he in Crooked Vultures or something?
Crooked Vultures as well, yeah.
with John Paul Jones and Dave Grohl.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, I didn't actually listen to their work. I should have.
What, Eagles of Death Metal? Or Crooked Vulture? You listen to it, haven't you?
Crooked Vulture. I'll have to go back and listen to them. But yeah, I mean, I like Queens of the Stone Age, and I think Josh is a bit of whenever I revisit his music and listen to his voice, I don't know if you find this, but he's a bit of like an underrated vocalist.
He's got a really good voice, but I think in a way he's a bit like Mike Patton in a way, in terms of he's got quite distinct. He can change his voice up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's the tone though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got like a really like pleasing tone to his voice and like delivery. He's got loads of clarity when he's singing as well, which is nice. Great diction.
Great frontman.
I don't think I've seen Queens. I don't think I've seen him.
I'm sure I've seen him at Download.
I bet you've seen him. Yeah,
Seen him at Download, yeah. You got any standout tracks, Danny, that you listen to?
My God is the Sun.
My God is the Sun.
Like quality vocal tone, great melody, distinctive voice, and the classic "Go with the Flow," which just transports me back to like
Great video.
yeah.
He seems like a fun guy, like when you look at the stuff that he's created.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like he's a cool as fuck guy.
Is he tall?
Why?
He seems tall.
Why does this matter?
I don't know. I just get the impression that he's a giant.
I'm going to Google right now. Josh Homme, height.
Might be the presence he has on stage.
How tall do you think he is? Do you want to have a little guess first? Let's play a little game.
I'm going to say 6'3".
It's a podcast game. Your internet's wank, by the way. Sorry for swearing there. Customers? Not customers, are you? Listeners, that's what you are. Not customers yet. Wait till we bring our merch out.
You won't be able to resist.
Oh, how tall?
6'3".
6'4".
Bloody
He's a
hell.
tall bastard.
He is a tall bastard.
Oh, I don't generally like tall bastards.
Is that compared to you, or
Yeah,
just
compared to me, because I'm threatened by the height. When I end up looking at someone's kneecaps at eye level, then that's an issue for me. So I take back what I said about him seeming like a nice guy. I hate him. Let's move on.
He could have given you 4-inch.
He could have done, yeah.
Oh God, that sounded well dodged.
Danny, I'm sure he's more than 4-inch.
Going back to Queens of the Stone Age, is it just me, or is that bass tone flipping immense? It's big, isn't it?
It's huge. It's a huge
bass tone,
huge
isn't it?
bass tone.
I can't remember what bass he uses. We've actually,
Nick Olivia, yeah.
when we were in Chung,
Yeah.
we did an acoustic show, and it might have been when it was just me and Martin playing.
I don't think I did.
Potentially.
I don't think I did any Chung acoustic shows, did I?
Yeah, you did one at.
Oh, I did it.
Why Not Festival, didn't you?
Yeah.
We supported the bass player from Queens of the Stone Age.
Did you?
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
it was a good show.
I didn't even go. Why did
He didn't
I didn't even go to the show, Danny.
I don't think you played.
I can't. I think I only played that one acoustic show.
I need volume.
I don't even bother going to your other shows when I want there. Not worth it. Wank acoustic.
Well, acoustics. I don't enjoy playing acoustic as much as electric. I like the energy.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I like playing with a drummer and a bass player. So,
thank God.
yeah. Anyway, great lineup. Absolutely sick.
Great choice. What was the band name, Danny? What did they call them?
The band name was Melting Washing Machine.
Melting Washing Machine. I mean, it is a melting washing machine of a band, isn't it? Would that
Well,
form a good band? Put
well,
all the members in a giant washing machine and melt them into one?
Well, he made reference to Cloud Kicker, some of the riffs sounding like a melting washing machine. So
It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
And it would, I think, create quite a good-looking T-shirt. Get all the faces of all the band members staring outside of a melting washing machine, like they're trapped inside it. And if that was on a T-shirt, would you buy a T-shirt?
Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is. Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Daddy, would you buy a T-shirt? Put your money where your mouth is.
Yes, I would.
Would it have to be in your preferred style? The motif on the left breast, print on the back.
Well, I think, given that a washing machine is hefty, isn't it? I think it would look better on a wide print on the back.
You're not a fan of the wide print on the front? You're not really, are you?
No, I suppose it could be.
You're a left breast man.
No, I've got plenty of T-shirts like that, but
You do definitely prefer. You're wearing one right now, the Miles Kennedy T-shirt that was about £60.
yes. You're welcome, Miles.
Yeah, you're wearing the left breast back motif.
What about you? Would
That's
you buy a
been caught.
T-shirt? Would you buy a T-shirt?
I would. Of course I would. If it's got a washing machine, a melting washing machine on the front, it's going to ask questions, isn't it?
Like a washing machine with a what are they called? You know, like the
What's that? A machine gun? What's that? A flamethrower?
Flamethrower.
What, like a sentient evil washing machine being melted?
Yeah.
By Vasquez from Aliens with a flamethrower.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
We can turn the washing machine into a face hugger.
Oh my God, it's turned into alien merch.
Yeah.
We buy T-shirts, basically.
Would you go and see that band? Disrespectful bugle.
Yes, I would. I'd be intrigued by it. I've never seen Cloud Kicker. That's enough for me. On a personal level. All these bands need is one band that I've never seen. A member from one band that I've never seen that I want to go and see. That's got enough pull, and I'm going every time. And it'd feel a bit disrespectful if I didn't.
Maybe you could rock it with a bugle.
That's if I feel like they've not done a great job of making a great band.
What, like after each song, you play the bugle?
At your gig, like where you played that one song from the EP that I was on at the end of it. Compared to the album songs, anyway.
Oh God, he didn't like that one.
Soz. Would you go and see them, Danny?
We need some merch with a disrespectful bugle on now.
Perfect.
We don't we?
What says your dream band's shit?
You do realise we're the only ones laughing at this right now.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Dude, we do this for us. This is a vanity project. We only do this for us anyway.
Where do we get to?
Would you see the band?
I would see the band.
Standing next
You
to
know,
the
like some
merch?
bands have certain movements, like Skindred have the helicopter with the shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe this band could get like a bit of a washing machine move going on, like you're putting it on a spin mode.
It feels a bit elaborate, doesn't it, for a rock band? Get the entire crowd to do a forward roll. Right, we're going on to fast spin.
Spin round.
Yeah. Oh, that's like
That's like Evil Scarecrow,
that's
isn't it?
like Hurricanado.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah.
To be fair, Evil Scarecrow's probably got the best crowd interaction.
They have, haven't they? If you've not seen them, get yourself down.
But yeah, maybe it's time to go into a fast spin, and then everyone does a forward roll. That's very dangerous at a gig.
Yeah.
Especially at a sold-out venue where there's no real forward movement allowed. You'll be rolling onto the person in front of you. And the person at the barrier would then be rolling onto the barrier and then rolling back onto the person that's forward rolled onto them. And it would almost create like a wave scenario going off, wouldn't it? Of bodies that have been destroyed by the
Maybe
machine.
we'll just watch the band.
No, I like it. I'm all for it.
Make headlines. Right,
dude. We've talked enough shit.
A pleasure again.
Has it?
Yeah,
Has it really?
I've really enjoyed the review of this one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been good. It's been some good
enjoyed the
bands.
interview. Be sure to check out Phil and his work. Check out his Prognosis recordings
Indeed.
on all streaming sites.
Go for it. If you enjoy the podcast, let us know by giving us a 5-star review.
It'd be nice to get some feedback.
It
and
would.
see what people enjoy and see what people don't like.
Tell us. We're welcome. We're open to feedback. We're not saying we're going to act on feedback because, it's our project. We know best. But we'd like to hear what you got to say.
Yeah.
We might act. We might agree with you. We might have had the same ideas. So just let us know. I mean, at your show the other day, Danny, we had some lovely feedback from a few listeners.
You were spotted.
Of course.
You're famous now. You're like a celebrity.
I'm a famous podcaster.
I mean, on a serious note, we're trying to spread the word of this podcast. And it's working.
Is it?
It's working slowly.
It's
working slowly.
It is.
But if there's a way that the listeners can help, it's by share these clips that you see on Instagram. Tell your friends, tell your family about
Comment
this.
on it as well. Talk to us because we love a bit of interaction.
Yes. And
we always try and reply. We're not ignorant bastards. I bet all those big what's a big podcast? What's that guy that does the music interviews?
Rick Beato.
I bet he don't reply to people on Instagram, does he? The ignorant bastard. But we do.
We reply.
For now, anyway, until the big money starts rolling in. And then we're going to shut them right up. Yeah, talk to us.
Help us spread the word. And if you've got any kind of artist that you think might be cool on here, let us know. Tag them in it.
We've got some banging artists coming up.
Yes, we have, haven't we?
We're not saying any more. Yes, we're excited. But enjoy. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Give us a follow, like, share, all that jazz. And it's time to say goodbye.
Until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
We're so sorry to see you go, but thanks for tuning into the show. Hold back your tears of sweet bitter